Okay.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get your dog excited, and as you can see, Bentley standing here is not very excited. Bentley, you ready? You ready? You ready? Yeah, yeah, you ready? Ready, ready, ready? Ready, ready, ready? Good boy! That's it. Okay, so the next thing is a restrained recall. So I'm going to hold Bentley and get him very excited. Ready? You ready? Ready, ready, ready,
Bentley, come.
ready, ready, go!
Bentley, come. Good boy.
So you saw how he was pulling against me to get away. Okay, this next one is a call to lead hand. So I'm going to rev Lexi up, get her excited, and she's going to go to Jonathan's lead hand, which is going to make very clear. Ready? Ready? Let's go.
Okay, come on. Oh,
good girl. Okay, and once your dog has the call to lead hand, you want to add motion. And obviously you want to work these things from both sides. So Jonathan's going to do a call to lead hand where he's going to run, so Lexi has to catch up with him. You ready? Ready, ready, okay, go! Good girl.
Go.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for target training is show Lexi that there is a treat on the target. And I'm just going to let her have it. So now she knows where it is. The second time, I'm going to put a treat down, and I'm going to hold her and pull her back. So she's obviously looking at it. She knows where it is. I'm going to get her to, you ready? You ready? Ready, ready, ready? So I see she's looking at it. She wants to go ready, ready, okay. She's going to run toward it. Good girl. And so she obviously gets the treat by herself. But as she starts moving and getting it quickly, I'm going to pull her farther and farther back. So she knows the treat is there. Ready, 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 okay, get it. And so she's obviously moving with some speed, so I can move her even farther away. But make sure she's always seeing it. Now, if at any point she doesn't run towards it or she wanders off, I've made it too hard. Either the treat's not good enough or I'm too far away. Ready, okay, get it. Good girl. Now, once she's gotten that pretty well and she's moving pretty quickly, you can start adding equipment. So I'm going to grab a jump standard, which you don't even have to put a bar in, because the idea is not that she needs to learn to jump, because she probably already knows how to do that. The idea is that she needs to jump by herself to get to the target plate. So put the jump first, really close to the target plate. I'm going to put a treat down, let Lexi see it so she knows it's there. I'm going to go beyond. Okay, get it. Good girl. So she's completing it by herself. And eventually, you want to be able to have several jump standards, or jump, jump, tunnel. And you want to be able to set her up at the end and release her to go to the target plate by herself. And the idea is to get her really excited before she goes. Because if you put them in a stay, it's boring and they're slow and they don't care. But if you get them really amped up about it, they're going to go get it. Okay, so this next exercise is just having her follow the lead hand. So I'm going to give her a really clear lead hand, have my hand out, and I'm going to put treats in it. So she's going to follow me in a circle probably while I feed her treats from one hand. I don't want her crossing from one side to the other. I don't want her crossing behind me. I just want her to follow. My one hand is going to be out on the ground. If she gets up at any point and wanders away, I'm not feeding her fast enough, so I need to give her more treats. You'll find in the beginning you'll probably need to feed pretty often, but since she's done this before, I don't need to feed quite as often. She's going to stick by my side. You see how she's staying on one side of me? Good girl. And I can pick up the pace. Good girl. So she stays on that side. Okay, good girl. And at the end I release her so she knows she doesn't have to do that anymore. And you want to make sure you do this on both sides.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference between a dog who is revved up and excited and one who is not. And the way I'm going to show this is I'm going to first put Bentley in a stay, and he's going to complete these two jumps to get to the target plate. So we'll see what happens. Stay. And I'm going to come down here by the target plate. Okay. Good boy. That was pretty good. He ran. It wasn't the fastest run I've ever seen, but it was good. Now this time, instead of putting him in a stay, I'm going to get him excited, and I'm going to run with him, and we'll see if there's a speed difference. And there's still the target plate down there with the tree. Are you ready? You ready, 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 ready? Go, go, go! Good boy! So obviously he was much quicker that time. That's it. Okay, so this is going to be about varying up your rewards. So if your dog likes toys, which I think a lot of dogs do, Lexi does, Bentley does not, so this is Lexi's favorite toy. It only comes out on special occasions, like if we're going on a trip, hip or if we're going to agility, this is her absolute favorite toy. So if you have a dog that really likes a certain toy, it's good to kind of only take it out when it's really special, so it adds value. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put her in a stag when I do these jumps because that's going to slow her down. I'm going to get her really excited. We're going to do the jumps and I'm going to reward with the toy. Okay, come on. Ready? Ready? So get her really excited. Ready, go! Good girl! Get it! Yay, good job! Good girl! So everything is really, really high energy. Good girl! Good girl! Okay, go. And you want to make sure you do that from both sides, obviously whatever you're working on. But the trick is as soon as she's done, she gets her reward. She can even chase it if she wants. This last time, we're going to show how to play with your dog who doesn't like toys. So Bentley is sort of slow, even with the food on the plate, unless I'm with him. And he doesn't like to play with toys, like Lexi does. So something I can do is reward him with something that he likes, which is to chase me and to jump around and to kind of get to herd me a little bit, which I don't normally allow. So what we'll do is we'll do the same thing, we'll do the jumps to the target plate, but after he gets his treat on the target plate, we're just going to run around and act kind of like idiots. Oh, bud. First I get him really excited. Ready? Okay, get it. Good boy, gets his treat. Yay, good boy! Good boy! Yay! Good job, buddy, good boy! That's it. Good boy. Okay, so the next thing that you can do is a little bit more advanced. So once your dog has the targeting down, you can introduce the idea of obstacle handler focus. And this is something that you can do with puppy because you don't need any equipment, although you can add equipment at the end if you want. But all you need is treats and a target plate and your dog. So the idea is obstacle focus is where your dog is running to do the obstacle without you. In this case, it's going to be the target plate. So they get to the target plate without me having to stand there. The handler focus is where your dog is focusing on you. So in this case, it's my treats that I have in my hands. So the way that you do this is, it starts off kind of like the targeting where, let's see, it's here right now, but you put a treat on the target plate. Like, you show it to her, she can have it. So she gets that one. Now this time, I'm going to put a treat in this hand, put it on the target plate, but pull her away with the treat in this hand. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding her as we move away from the target plate. It doesn't matter that I'm crouched over right now, it's not a big deal. So she's getting the treats out of my hand, and all of a sudden, okay, get it! Good girl! So I've released her to the target plate. So me moving away with her next to me is handler focus. Her moving to the target plate is obstacle focus. And you can do that, you might have to start off really close, where you're moving, just here a little, sorry, let's not more treats. And then all of a sudden you send her right here so she remembers where it is. Then you can build up distance where you can work all the way over here. And she's still running to the target plate. And this is something you can do in your house. It doesn't require a lot of stuff. And then you can eventually add, a jump here and a tunnel or a couple different obstacles. And you work on her paying attention to you. If you have to talk the whole time, Lexi, 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 okay, get it. Because all I need